learn to keep secrets until the time is due and the atmosphere is right to speak. You don't have to say everything happening in your life at the moment. You must first and foremost wait until there is a due season. Not every information is for everybody. And I say this especially for many of us who have very strong family ties. If you hit your leg, even your uncle in the village must hear that they hit your leg, and everybody calls in concert and says sorry. You have headache, before you know it, your third cousins have heard that you have small headache. That kind of life will land you in misery. And Mary kept these things to herself. He says, set a watch over my mouth. This mouth has landed me in trouble. The Bible says a word spoken in due season, how good it is. You have roommates. God is doing something in your house, but you went about telling people how everything is bad about your house. Now God is changing your house, but the impression they are spreading around is that your house is a grave. Jesus died, but how many days did he die? 3 days. Some people were busy spreading rumors. Do you know that Jesus is dead, whereas he had resurrected? And Jesus looked at them. There are certain people you were not supposed to share your past with, because you cried that day you told them everything, and now have a little quarrel and they say, I would disgrace you here. You know me, I forget about any coin. I would disgrace you here. Koinonia word. Go and tell Apostle, I would disgrace you here. Who is it that used to collect money from Adamu? And you see, and you are standing there, you are changed, but you kept an association and gave them an access that is destroying your life. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Very important. In ancient times, when they wanted a king to reveal his secret, they will find a beautiful lady and she will seduce the king, and then he would drink wine and take wine and take wine, and then she will lure him to sleep with her, and then she will ask him all kinds of questions. That's what Delilah did to Samson, because Samson knew this rule. Manoah had been given an instruction, and she came. As long as he kept that secret, he dominated. His rulership as a judge in Israel was at the mercy of his keeping distant relationships. The Philistines saw him, general relationships. They wanted to know, how do we access this guy? Men of God, be careful with women. Let me warn you again. MOG, be careful with women. Every lady you see, you are giving a prophetic word. You just say, her sweetheart, I have a prophetic word that is personal to just continue. God is watching and destiny is watching. One day you will wake up like who? Like Samson, and you find out that your glory has been. I'm not saying ladies are evil, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying be wise. Hallelujah. Be wise. Be wise. Somebody came quietly and he said, do you know that this phone is 250,000? Person said, let me see it. Let me see it. And then in the evening you don't find the phone again. He said, I'm suspecting this person. Whether you are suspecting or not, is gone. Do you know that my father sends me 100,000 every month? My father is a senator. Are you aware? And somebody just entered the room now. In fact, my father wants to campaign for this and that and that. Say, oh really? The person may be sincere, but the Bible says the birds of the air have picked it. Prophetic atmospheres. Am I blessing you? Do you know that Godwin is going to marry me? The way he has been looking at me, he sent me a text. Come and even see the text. And the other lady said, let me see. You mean it's Godwin? You say, okay. 2 days later, Godwin doesn't call again. 1 week later, Godwin doesn't call, and he calls and says, sorry, this marriage cannot work again, because somebody went and said, let me tell you about this lady. It's not like I hate her, oh, let me just tell you the truth. This lady you are seeing, Abba, yourself, you have paid the price for your destiny, you deserve a consolation, like all kinds of stories. And now the person waters down this lady. The lady may be doing it sincerely, but there is a prophetic atmosphere compelling her to do what she's doing. Have you not seen that some of your friends join some associations, and all of a sudden you start seeing certain things in them? Anger, pride. You understand? Somebody who used to greet you all of a sudden now looks at you. Femi, how are you? I hear you're a pastor now. Give me 5 jari. And you are wondering. I've seen all kinds of people. I've seen people who would have seen me before and say, good afternoon, sir. Not because it does anything to me. Today they just see me, and the way they pretend as if they don't see, and then say an apostle, Salufa.